Welcome back to the OBIS data formatting series. In this video, we will learn how to fill the metadata in a resource hosted on an IPT. We will begin already on the resource overview page. Scroll down and navigate to the metadata section. We're going to click on the ellipses and then click Edit. You also have the option to upload a file containing your metadata. When we choose the Edit option, the next few pages will allow you to fill in all relevant metadata. It is important to fill in as much information as possible so that users may be able to accurately interpret your data. The first thing you'll want to do is fill in your title. We recommend titles to contain information about the taxonomic, geographic, and temporal coverage of your dataset. You'll also be able to check the metadata language, publishing organization, the language of the data itself, any subtypes, the frequency of which the dataset will be updated, as well as, importantly, the data license. There are three options you can choose from. The public domain, or CC0, allows users to use the data without restrictions. CC BY makes the data available for any use as long as proper attribution and credit is given. And CC BY NC makes the data available for any non-commercial use as long as any proper attribution or credit is given. When you're selecting a data license, make sure you confirm with your organization that you are choosing the correct one. Then we recommend filling in a description, resource contacts, the resource creators, and metadata providers. The description can be similar to an abstract associated with the dataset. Resource contacts should be the person or an organization that curates the resource or the dataset. This is the person who should be contacted to get more information about the dataset. A resource creator is the person or organization that is responsible for the original creation of the resource content. Resource contacts and creators could be the same individual. Metadata providers are the person or organization that is responsible for producing the resource metadata, that is, filling out these fields. This could be the original data provider, or in cases where there is no original provider, for example historical datasets, metadata can be completed by an OBIS node manager. Once you have finished completing the first page, you can save and then navigate to any of the other sections. We'll start with geographic coverage. You have the option to automatically infer from source data. If you would like to set global coverage, leave this box checked. If not, uncheck the box, and you can use this bounding box on the map to zoom to your region and outline the area's coverage. You can use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out on the map. Click the white corners of the box to change the size. Then use the top left corner to move the box around the map. Adjust the box until you have covered your desired area. You can also provide a description for the geographic coverage, for example, within a particular sea, a coastline, and so on. When you're done, hit Save. Now we can move on to taxonomic coverage. Again, you can automatically infer from source data. You can also add new taxonomic coverage and type it in manually. You can provide a description of the taxa, as well as a scientific name, common name, and which rank. For example, if you were looking at all crustaceans, you could put subphylum and type in Crustacea. You can also provide a description for which taxonomic groups your dataset includes. When we're done, we'll click Save. Then you can move on to temporal coverage. Again, for temporal coverage, you have the option of covering a single date, a formation period, a date range, or a living time period. So the options will be different depending on which coverage type you select. We will select a date range for July 2013. Move on to keywords. You can provide a list of keywords related to taxonomy, habitat, geography, or other relevant keywords extracted from thesauri such as the ASFA thesaurus, CAB thesaurus, or GCMD keywords. Because taxonomy and geography are already covered in previous sections, there is no need to repeat related keywords here. The Associated Parties section should contain information about additional individuals or organizations associated with the resource not already documented on the basic metadata page. For example, if there are multiple contact persons or metadata creators, they can be added here. The principal contact or creator should, however, be added in the basic IPT metadata section, not the Associated Parties section. If your dataset was produced as part of a project, project metadata can be documented in this section. You may include any personnel involved in the project. There may be some information that is repeated here from other sections. That is not a problem. The next section, Sampling Methods, allows you to provide a description of any sampling procedures, quality control, and sample or data processing steps that you may have undertaken. This can be provided in the same way as a methods section in a scientific paper. You may also document the study extent more specifically here. The Citations section allows you to provide specifications for how your dataset will be cited. The auto-generation tool can help you, and it is best used as it will include versioning of your dataset. The resource citation identifier can be a DOI or other unique reference indicator. Note that when you generate a DOI for your dataset after it's published, the IPT will automatically set this DOI as a citation identifier, and it can no longer be edited. You may add any relevant citations to the bibliographic citations section that might be related to your resource. For example, a student dissertation, report, or other published paper. If your dataset contains specimens in a museum collection, you must provide relevant information in the collection data section, including collections, any specimen preservation methods, and curational units as applicable. The external links section allows you to add any relevant URLs that could provide additional information, such as a resource homepage, a data file, or so on. Finally, any other information can be documented in the additional metadata section. This could include logos, the purpose of the dataset, and a description of how the dataset will be maintained. Once you've filled in all of these sections, you can click Save. You may receive some errors telling you what is missing. Once those are filled in, then you can click Back. Now your metadata is filled in, and you can publish the dataset. We will look at publishing in the next video.